Alrighty, we are officially here with Chapter 4. I'm really excited to continue this story. Alrighty. We are back at it again. Yeah. We're live. Alright. Note, the decision you made in episode 3 bears heavy physical consequences, and a visual reminder of those consequences will follow you for the rest of the game. You can reduce the intensity of this visual reminder or remove it entirely at any point in the preferences. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 4? Yes, full recap. Make sure everyone knows what's up. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Hi! Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. So, what do you say? Wanna tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. You eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Duke grapples with the thing as he grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way, as it grasps for Bernie with oddly disjointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creatures attempt to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Irinixis, my hero. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and emotional. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god! Oh my god, what do we do? Stella, keep an eye on them for us. Make sure they don't get into any more trouble. Welcome home. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Afraid! But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear any complaints. Just do what I ask, and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot of what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Hi, Miss Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it already is too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Oh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are. Wait for me, all right? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out whenever we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. My dad says our house is haunted. Nika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosaline anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the tavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest like the deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Irinixis? Irinixis, are you alright? You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Holy shit, you're okay! Thank God! And everyone's accounted for? That was a surprisingly close call. We could have all died in there. Wait, we could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. There are two of them now. What happened to your glass house? Asshole squatter, move in. Kick Dustin Mom out. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Irinixis, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I am so sorry you got caught up in that. You two did right by those kids, though. What a blessing everyone got out of that situation, all right. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Irinixis, if you like, hi, Perch. Irinixis, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I'll just beam in. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Irinixis, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you stole evidence from my daddy. With that, breakfast is served. Can you even hear me anymore? There we go. He's a dog. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has always also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he has been elected to. Before you can catch up to your companions, you are intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor have had some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Irinexus. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place right now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. Basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all of the time confined to a studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles. In the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement sorry, hiding the bare cement floor, ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyways, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative. And Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Irinixis is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is totally used to that. I'm sure he'll be fine. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like it's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few years, miserable years of my life, holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid sentence, wincing in pain and grabbing himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself away from the table and leaves. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Oscar and Kanika settle at the door as the door swings open. Hold it. You're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of. Well, this is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained and reddish brown. I'm going for it. Wait, do you hear music? I don't hear music. Is there supposed to be music? I like that the recap is longer than the music, so we're just sitting here in silence. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? There you are. Is everything recording correctly? I'm getting paranoid. I think it is. Okay. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. Oh, there's a sound. Okay. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of our father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit, doesn't matter which. Shit. I hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? And I know you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You take a step towards the light. Sybil is right. Here, please don't do this. You wordlessly step into the spotlight. I'm so sorry, Irinixis. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, and about what happened to you. Let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, including yourself. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Irinixis. Even Sybil said Debbie. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. The spirit of Charles Saw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The specter of the night's events will linger over you for every day you have left, a grim reminder of the price you willingly paid for the crimes of a family you never met. Maybe it'd be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than they do now. Maybe you can still right the capsized ship of your now broken life. Or maybe things will only get worse from here. Wake up. All right, we are officially moving into chapter or episode 4. And you feel like shit. You were hoping some of your strength would return to you after a good night's sleep, but you feel just as drained as when you dug yourself out of that shallow grave. Your limbs are heavy, and your heart struggles to keep up with your movements. You feel like you've lost something that was important to you. I did what I had to do. I don't care what happens to me. I made the right decision. I'll do it again. What have I done? I hope this is great. I can't wait to finally be dead. Life goes on. What happened yesterday, and today is another day. I have no strong opinions on what happened last night. I don't care what happens to me. Yes, you did what had to be done. Who knows what would have happened had you left that ghost behind to fester. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, how's your stream going? It's going well. Yeah. Just playing a little game. Hey, you wanted to check in. Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing okay. Also wanted to ask if you heard from Stella. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Text Stella. Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. You wait for a few minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Call Stella. You dial Stella. Hey, what's up? Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message, or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and cannot accept messages at this time. Haven't heard from her either. Oh, thank you. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Take a shower, check the closet, visit Dustin, head downstairs. Visit Dustin. They have bread now. They're so cute. You open the drawers. They both have a bread now. Human is back. Smell old now. Maybe changed mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I would never eat you. I love you. Dustin Mom know better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship. Dustin Mom spend too much time outside. It different inside. There enough bread for everyone here. No need eat friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever. My gosh, your glass house still has that squatter. Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom still no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight. Give Dustin Mom glass house back. Oh man, I don't think I'd win this fight. I'm old now. I want to fight for my babies, but I don't think I can on this round. I'll have to do another round where I explore the garden and I fight the squatter for the possums, because I really just don't feel like I can do it this round. That's what I was thinking, is I'll do my best, but no promises. I'll do my best, but no promises. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to Human. Dustin too. You close the door. Rude to close drawer without goodbye. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Dustin's mom. No, that's rude. Oh, you make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. And judging by the residue that was left behind, you're pretty sure you know the culprit. That means he was in your room. But was he here while you were out the previous day, or did he enter while you slept unawares just a few feet away? You all in rude. So sorry. Aw, well, thank you. Yeah, definitely Wayne. Wayne was in my closet. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Sammy, no! I don't stream daily. I just kind of started. I'm streaming the heck out of this game right now because I'm trying to get caught up. Once episode 5 comes out, I'll stream that. And then I'll stream 6 and 7 when those come out. And then I'm probably going to play this game a few rounds. But yeah, I don't know if I'll play daily. We'll see. It's pretty new for me. The hot water soothes your aching joints. Despite the state of the bathroom, this shower is a good place. As it rinses your body clean, you think about the door at the clinic. You're drawn to it. You'll be going back there. I am going to think about Stella because that is the path we're currently taking. Hopefully she's just sleeping and you're done here. I play Sims. I play Don't Starve Together. I play this. Yeah, I just started yesterday. So I found these games because I played Slay the Princess. I have Borders Gate that I want to start playing, so I might stream that. I haven't played that at all yet. But I played Baldur's Gate when I was a kid. I played like the PlayStation one, and so that would be really cool to experience. I might do that on stream. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. I don't know why I decided to eat something. That's going to make horrible sounds. I'm so sorry. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking. This week, of all weeks. As if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Your cousin's posture is surprisingly relaxed for everything that's fallen on her plate lately. She must have something up her sleeve to deal with the miners. Oh my gosh, these are so many options. Let's start here. How are you feeling about the strike? You can be honest with me. I'm not very threatened by the whole thing, if that's what you're asking. They don't really have a leg to stand on. I'm used to people casting me as the villain. What's another day or two if it keeps my house in order? Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. Just give them what they want, Tabitha. That's the right thing to do. I don't know what they want yet, but I can assure you whatever it is, it's probably completely unreasonable. Poochie. You have a bone? You're so cute. You want some peppermint? I know. It feels good, doesn't it? Getting rid of something our family left behind like that. I can't believe you're saying that. Have you looked in a mirror? Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. You probably should get going, right? Yeah. I've dawdled long enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind looking at your art. Most of my hobbies are like writing, singing, dancing, stuff like that. Horror. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as they march away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Talk to Frou Frou! You walk over to the cat. Oh, sistore. Siste que tu I don't know. Wait, there's something different with you. Have Zoofia's finally caught up to you? What do you do with a ghost? So I'm old now. Every day that we open our eyes, we are making a deal with life. All of us are stones on the shore, weather a little more each day by the relentless tide of time. We will all be ground to dust by the unscaring universe, but that is the beauty of life. I missed you last night, Frou Frou. That makes one of us. Will you ever let me pet you? And coat my fur in the disgusting human oils? None. Do you know anything about the stone carvings? Thank you for not attacking the possums who live in my drawers. They're my friends, and if anything ever bad happened to them, there would be hell to pay. Nod respectfully to Frou Frou. Do you know anything about the stone carvings scattered around town? I am not here to be your commented on. Shine detective, just shoot and chatte. I am here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I am not here to provide answers to some whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance. But you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she is getting used to you. Frou Frou, good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. So I didn't investigate the garden before, and I don't know if it'll take away time from other things that I did. Yeah, I'm not telling him about Dustin. And then fuel up with a quick peanut butter and jelly, head to town. Let's head to town. It's time to head to town. I want to check on Stella. You head to the front door and begin your trek to town below. The birds sound different today, muffled, like your ears are full of cotton. The dull sun shines down on the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the color from the world. But you're adjusting. Already, your body is starting to accept the changes that have come over it, to accept that this is now how things will be from here on out. Glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming to check to see you. I hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them take you in, the light of day revealing your new features clearly for the first time. You doing okay? I'm old now. My bones hurt. You know, aging like this isn't too bad. I'll manage just fine. I regret what I did. I should have left it there. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'd rather not talk about it. I'm old now. My bones hurt. It's not all bad. The gray streak is pretty cool. And you'll probably be able to get senior discounts if not too in not too long. There are upsides to everything, even having part of your life sucked out by a ghost. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. I noticed a few of them on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting to look at them, with their scrunched up little Shar-Pei faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but, like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? No, but you might get some eggs laid in your skin. Oh, is that all they do? That doesn't sound too bad. I think I could survive a parasitic larva or two. Just glad being eaten alive isn't on the menu. I mean, is getting a parasite like that really any different from being eaten alive? They're still eating you, just more slowly from the inside. Sure, I get where you're coming from, but that's a pretty big difference. If a mountain lion gets me, that's kind of just it, you know? I'm sure the wonders of modern science would be able to yank a couple of eggs out of me. Heck, maybe I'd even be able to let the eggs hatch instead of just having them removed. It would be sad to kill the babies, but at the end of the day, if it's me or them, I gotta go with self-preservation. I was wondering when you'd finally say something really weird. I knew you seemed too normal to live here. And normal is boring. Hope that's not a deal breaker for our little friendship. Are you really still feeling chill after everything that happened last night? I'd be lying if I said last night didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually. But hey, that's part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. I'm kind of thrilled about my new emotional baggage that comes from a ghost instead of some normal, boring trauma. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in from an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Nick and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, there's already a few miners holed up in there. They must be using it as home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. Have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Send to Tab. Yeah, good idea. It isn't long until you once again find yourselves in the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Irinixis, you made it. And you pick up on Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I had a cold and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning, I've come around. I've definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculous stressful week we've had. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole New Age mystic thing. A lot happened in the past couple of days. Ugh, I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all these existential crises. Nika's really complaining about pain and with rapidly aging girl. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Last night just pushed Stella over the edge. I know I've only known her for a couple of days, but it feels like she has a tendency to run from difficult emotions. Usually she just changes the subject, but I guess this time she wound up literally running. You are absolutely right. As her friends, we can't let her be alone at a time like this. I've made that mistake before. Plus, she could get mobbed by those weird little creatures, or worse. Exactly, this is no time for anyone to be off on her own. Who knows what kind of weird stuff is out here? After the past couple nights, I wouldn't be surprised if there were actual Bigfoots in the woods, just waiting to eat a human who wanders too far from civilization. Do Bigfoots thirst for human flesh? Is that some kind of common knowledge I wasn't keyed out on? I wouldn't be surprised, is all I'm saying. Okay, let's get started. I don't want to waste another minute. Where to first? Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. Make your way towards Stella's house. The door is as pristine as any old wooden door. No bloody handprints in sight. The only telltale sign of Wayne absent. If something happened here, it didn't involve him. At least not at the front door. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. I think I was alone the last time I did this, so I definitely messed something up. No, but Sammy is after you. Sammy wants to kill Stella. Please save Stella. No. You seem to recall that Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. Yeah. We ate breakfast here together yesterday morning and she closed the door behind us. She's dead. Stella died. It's all my fault. It's not from around here. Is it normal to leave the doors open? We ate breakfast here yesterday morning. She closed the door behind us. We were both with her for the rest of the day. So she came home last night, or someone else was here. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? We take a step forward and cross the threshold into Stella's house. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Aside from the corner of the room dedicated to Gretchen, Stella's house almost feels like a museum. Everything's organized with a sort of tidiness you wouldn't expect from someone as rough and tumble as Stella, and only a handful of objects feel like they belong to her. Whatever's happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. It doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm gonna forget that you said that and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. No, I was with him. This is still the same. Okay. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. The crust of the bread has gone somewhat stale, about as much as you'd expect after being left out overnight. Whoever left it there left many hours ago. It's a little messy, but it doesn't look like anything violent happened here. It's possible she came home, grabbed some food, and left in a hurry, right? Did she have somewhere she needed to be? She didn't say that she had anything she had to rush off to. Maybe she just had a panic attack after being possessed, but that was over 12 hours ago. I'd hope she would be home by now if that was the case. Is Stella the sort of person to stop back home to make a snack in the middle of the mental health crisis? Yes, and it's comforting to think that she might think that might be all that happened. A panic attack is much more manageable than rotting ghouls or parasitic doughboys. Someone had peanut butter and jelly. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. No streaks of blood and pus that might belong to a certain phantom miner. He hasn't been here. You do notice, though, that her jacket is nowhere in sight. It isn't in her closet, and it wasn't on the coat rack in the other room. Stella's jacket is gone, the Letterman one. It wasn't on the rack or in the other room. It's not in here, and she didn't have it yesterday. Okay, I'm sold between this and the kitchen. She must have come home last night. And it seems like she was the one who decided to leave. No struggle or anything. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some sort of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left wide open. Stella didn't want us to snoop, then maybe she shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rules. Okay, look, maybe there's something helpful on there. But this is still way out of my comfort zone. I'll just be over here standing in the corner, not looking over your shoulder. Please don't, go digging through personal files or anything. But also let me know if you find anything important. Or cool. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Whoa, how do we find anything on here? You don't! Come on, let's go! It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs on Stella's browser. So numerous are her tabs that we can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from window's edge to window's edge. Her most recent open tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post is questioned and titled, "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hidden Apoculation. Hey everyone! Was just checking a skunk ape sighting the other day and found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom? The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought that you were legit. Guys, since when did high-quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low-budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at what they've been doing to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Ugh, lucky you're falling right into her trap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so 1, this isn't an ARG. I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file. Tommy knockers real? Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I thought that the river running hype. I can't believe I bought into that river running hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, LOL, doughy white things and loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her or I'm gonna call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Wow, poor Stella. Remind me to never be internet famous. Here's hoping my SoundCloud day stays niche and underappreciated until the day I die. Have a good night. You check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related. A furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings. That's that. This is a waste of time. Let's get out of here. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Hi, baby. Thank God. I love seeing someone's room before they had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know. This sure looks like Well, speak for yourself. If the roles were reversed and I was missing and you and Stella were poking around my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. Spoken like someone with a whole lot of secrets. My room is immaculate. A guest could drop by unannounced at 2 a.m. and I wouldn't sweat a thing. Congratulations on having your shit together. Thank you. I come by it honest. I would say that is what her room's been like for pretty much her entire lifetime I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings around after we found her. Aw, she still does those cork boards with string things. She loves putting those strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyways. Okay, I don't think we're going to find much else here. Let's move on. Okay. So, she's probably came home last night, but she's not here now, and we don't have any idea where she might have gone. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hope she was just sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks and our bundle of herbs for protection or something, which actually might work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. Stella, where are you? Dead. I know the truth about Stella, but I'm gonna keep it a secret. Okay. The bells of the general store chime, welcoming as the three of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. Hope you're both recovering from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom, it's just that Stella's missing, and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go up, get up to bed. Go on, get up to bed. It'll be a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Irinixis about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to them. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. Not feeling well. I really should lie down. Bye, Irinixis. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Good thing Kanika has her mom looking out for her. She seems so tired today, and you'd probably be able to find Stella without her. I'm so sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Irinixis and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Oh, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very peculiar. Oh, and before I go, I did want to ask, are you a witch? As flattered as I am that you think I am magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading leaves, tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Though, just as you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave y'all to your non-supernatural private tea leaves reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Irinixis. That's a witch! That's not a wife. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow Sybil to the tea room. Please, have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here. Only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plants in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and takes a cup and places a cup in front of you. It smells right and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? Did you know my mom? But of course. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct with her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerable more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrieking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl and my mother raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. The game even makes a comment about that. It's like, does everyone have a dead parent? Like, from what Vivian said, her father was some teenaged fling that ended when your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older and I believe she was the one who ended it. What's with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she's been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock. So I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. What do you know about my grandma? Afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthliness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxed for the first time in days. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the locals' flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. Finish the tea. You close your eyes and take another sip and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empty, save for what's left of rehydrating leaves coating the bottom. Unless you're mistaken, the tea that has helped with your condition at least a little bit. You still feel aged and worn, but you're a little less tired and a little mentally sharper than you were a few minutes ago. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now on to business. Tibble takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. I don't like that I have to accuse somebody. I'm gonna go with the actual cats. Oh, the cat's gotta be Pixel, or maybe it's Frou Frou. Those are only two cats I know. Dear, the cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight. Probably a human enemy, but almost certainly, probably a human enemy, but almost certainly not a cat. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard, keep vigilant, that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stone carvings, seals, or whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Unless the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from their visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think they might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think I felt another in the clinic, but bad stuff is always around them. I should seek out more of them. Those stones need to be left unstirred. I think I felt another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table, and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is already getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Ghosts are real, just thought you should know. Yeah, I know, I've seen tons of videos of ghosts doing stuff on the internet. I'm not 12. Is your mom a witch? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, I would. Miles ignores you. You see any weird rocks around town? Yeah, you. He smirks. Clearly, this is a very sick burn, and you should feel bested by his wit. I'm old now. Thanks for noticing. Didn't you always look like that? Go to the clinic. It's time to get to the bottom of what's behind that door. I probably should have went upstairs and checked on her, but whatever. You make your way up the familiar hill past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic. Its secrets entice you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed on your rib cage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You quickly glance around, eyes trained on the underbrush. A flap of striped tail grabs your eye immediately. Can I help you, Buster? Hey there, if you were trying to break into that house at the top of the hill, how would you do it? What? Just because I've got little hands to go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right up to the big flat roof thing. Sometimes the humans leave windows open up there, and I go inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep in their big piles of cloth. It's one of my few joys in life. He leaves you and turns back to the clinic. A dull throb sets into your knees. There's no way you're doing that. You have your way in. You've aged at least a decade in the past day. That's got to be a medical anomaly, right? Maybe you can see if Dr. Kelly can give you a checkout while you're figuring out a way to explore the rest of the clinic. You open the door to the clinic. It creaks loudly on its hinges. The interior feels surprisingly modern compared to its exterior, though you can still glimpse the ornate bones of the building peeking through in the decorative molding, an overly complicated banister lining the stairway. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. But before it could drag you too far into the clinic, Dr. Kelly puts aside her paperwork and makes her way down the hall. Hello, can I help you? What the hell happened to you? You look like you're middle-aged. You didn't look middle-aged last night. Ghost made me old. I sacrificed years of my life to exorcise a ghost from Oscar's house last night. It's a long story. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I think I need to see a doctor. I was hoping you could tell me. I'm not feeling too good. Can you help me? I don't have insurance. I was hoping you could tell me. I'll do my best, though whatever happened to you isn't something I'm familiar with. The exam room is just to your right, if you wouldn't mind following me. The doctor directs you down a hallway, and you follow her into the clinic's exam room. I'm just going to start with some general diagnostics, and I'd like to take some blood work today if you're amenable to that. She presses the cold metal of her stethoscope to your chest. Have you heard from Stella? No one knows where she is. I'm telling you, Doc, I'm old because of magic. It's not some kind of disease. I don't like being poked and prodded. Will I have to pay for this? Give it to me straight, Doctor. How much longer do I have left? Let the doctor work. Have you heard from Stella? No one knows where she is. Dr. Kelly briefly removes the stethoscope from your chest. Stella's missing? This is the first I'm hearing about it. I haven't seen him. I'll make sure to check with Reese. I know he hears from her plenty frequently. But let's finish up first. She places the stethoscope back to your chest. And let the doctor work. You quietly let Dr. Kelly work. Have you always had a heart murmur? No doctor has ever said that. You had a heart murmur. Before you can answer, she attaches a blood pressure cuff to your arm, inflating it with a few quick pumps of the The ends of your fingers tingle numbly as the cuff constricts. I don't know. I don't see doctors often. I hear that one a lot. But I get it. This country doesn't exactly make it easy for people to keep up with their health. I'm glad we caught it at least. Better for you to know. The pressure on your arm finally releases. Blood rushes back into your fingertips. Your blood pressure is definitely higher than I would expect for someone your age. It's not in what I would call a safe range, but it can be managed. Let me know if you feel any pain. The doctor leans over you, using her forefingers to prod your abdomen. She steadies you with a gentle hand on your shoulder. I'm interested in your thoughts around folks around town. I'd like to know more about the clinic. How are my abs looking? Not bad, right? This exam is depressing. Are we almost done? I have stuff to do with my day. I really appreciate you looking out for me, Doc. Let her continue in silence. I'd like to know more about the clinic. Well, it was an old hospital during the Civil War, then one of those clean air clinics. Then around the time of the collapse, it was converted back into a hospital, but it's lost most of its funding as people left town, so now it's just a doctor's office, with an astronomical heating bill. All of the massive windows and glass doors make this an icebox in the winter. What happened here after the Shaw mine collapsed? I suppose the only thing I know about that average residents of the holler might not is the collapse was the reason that this covered it into a proper hospital. The wounded were brought here when there were beds and medical supplies, and that pushed out the last dregs of the clean air kooks. Nobody thought the air around here was that clean after a coal mine collapse filled it with ash, and the theory was already on its way out at that point. I really appreciate you looking out for me, Doc. No problem, just doing my job. I'd feel negligent if I saw someone go through what you've gone through and didn't step in, even if there's not much I can do to help. I'd like to check out your lungs. Can you breathe into this for me? Make sure you keep a tight seal on it. You place the mouthpiece against your lips. Now blow hard and keep going until you're out of air, okay? You do your best. You can tell it's a pitiful attempt. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'd expect given everything else. Again, I don't have data from before, but judging by your age and what I'm able to tell, from a quick once over, it's looking like you're the equivalent of 15, 20 years older, and not a good 15 or 20 years. But let's see what your blood work has to say about that. She goes to a drawer and retrieves a needle. How do I know you're not going to poison me? Because I'm a doctor and I don't want to murder you or get sued. Also, the syringe is empty. Do you want the blood work or not? You can always leave if you're uncomfortable with needles. I'm good. Okay. But you should really get it done soon. You're free to go. You know how to find the door. She starts to busy herself with cleaning up her equipment. She'll be distracted, at least for a few minutes. Good, your appointment is done and you're free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You've been caught by the pull of an object and overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. Irinixis? He squints, seemingly unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? What are you doing in the morgue? I'm sure it looks weird. It's not like I expected anyone to come down here. I was just, practicing. A rehearsal, if you will. Rehearse, you say? Good one. His word seems distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance and your eyes wandering to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pool. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly stolid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. Let me inside. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but I'm telling you, I need to get behind that wall. I need to get behind the wall. There's a cone starving on the other side of the wall. I need to see it. I need to get behind the wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get it in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I'll just need to get the dock out of her hair. Should take 2 seconds. Yes, please. Axe now. Wow, you are super desperate about this wall. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dual demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filter in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyways. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. Take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall and then the front door opening and closing. It worked. Theatrical rasp of his voice has left his voice, excitement racing in its place. Come on up. We don't have long till she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious where it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try to Doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medicinal supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Cause of death, sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. Who said you could read any of these? I'm definitely going to make fun of her for that later. I feel like that was forbidden knowledge. Oh, I think it's pretty. Don't say anything. Edwardine Scarlett, born April 9th, 1913, died February 12th, 2003, age 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Ann Scarlett. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person disease. Enoch Scarlett, born September 9th, 1887, died August 20th, 1957, died 69. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report? Looks ancient. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarletts whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlett, born May 24th in 1890, died 1918. age 28. Cause of death, crushed in mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother, Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914, died June 7th, 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 1920, died June 6th, 1944, both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edward Dean's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945, stillbirth, mother, Edward Dean Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home pure. Alexandra Scarlet, born December 12, 1947, died August 20th, 1957, aged 9, presumed presumed dead, signed by mother, Edward Dean Scarlet. Alexandra, the owner of the dog. So she went missing. Mary Bell Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1947, died October 30th, 1963, aged 17. Cause of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother, Edward Dean Scarlet. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Reese's eyes flick up to the doorway, and a second later you hear the sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand is on your shoulder before you even register what's happening, and you're pushed back and out of view of the front door. Shit! I'm not supposed to be in here. We gotta hide. He hurries to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip past him and squish yourself into what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close on your heels. You let him in. Together you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper into the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from whatever she has across the house. We'd better wait a second, just in case. I want to flirt with him, but I'm supposed to be romancing somebody else. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if you could hear your breath from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards her hiding place. Creaking floorboards broadcast her location, all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. The footsteps return, they get louder, approaching the open office door, and then they stop. Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. I am old now. Hey, no one said I'm ugly old, okay? We're in the clear. I'm only 15 to 20 years older. We've probably only got a minute or two until she comes back, so let's make it count. The medical supply room is probably your best shot. If any other room in the clinic is likely to have a fire axe, it's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. He motions you down a hallway, slipping through the slightly ajar door of what you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. Keys. Here we go. He rushes over to the cabinet that contains a bright red axe, pulling the glass door open. Your axe. A splash of brown catches your eye. There's a small sprig of what almost looks like furry berries with a wide 8-pronged leaf still attached at the base. The end of the sprig is leaking sap onto the countertop. It's fresh. Now we can. Reese stops mid-sentence as he notices you staring at the plant. He stoops to pick it up. Does she make her own medicine? He puts it down, but not before breaking off a berry and hiding it in his pocket. I don't think she's allowed to do that. She's not a pharmacist. This room is just for storing stuff she orders for patients from a pharmacist in Burbank. Why would she be making her own? Before you can answer, the two of you hear something in the distance and turn to listen intently. That was the door from the house. Come on, if we hurry, we can get you back downstairs. I'll run interference. Go downstairs quick. You can hear her approaching now, floorboards creaking in the hallway on the other side of the office. You follow Reese's instruction. Once again, starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carve guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go to rest. Oh, I was just chilling in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird noises, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in that refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. Wall now, yes? Wall, wall, wall! Let's do this. May I make the first blow? You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. Feels like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Wall, wall, wall! Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically swinging through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance, but there is some structure behind it. The wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. Holy shit. The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the mound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And the stink of the grave-like room beyond becomes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. Reese is adorable. He is my next romance for sure. I'm excited. And you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall? His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over your course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there was nothing they could do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors won't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? I had a vision. Like a hallucination. I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours? I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history, though. How did I get here? I carried you. I man. I appreciate it. No problem. Just figured you'd rather wake up in a bed than that musty hallway or the morgue. So, what now? We might be stuck down here for a little bit. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I looked this up, there's no way I'm going to be taking anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years! I've been thinking about what you said about that dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down here. Now we just wait her out. You blocked your door? Of course I did. I put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off or whatever it is she might do now that I know what her treatment plan has been all these years. But I need to leave. I know you do. But I'm doing this to protect you. Both of us. We shouldn't underestimate her. I've had these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait till she's asleep, and then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. I don't get why your mom would poison you, though. I don't know. But the internet says this is a castor bean. It's used to make Rixin, a super deadly poison that caused some of my exact symptoms and death, usually. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I've ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up with it and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. Sin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I've developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. No matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. Where would we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind right back up down here. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeit that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she has always said was for burglars. Now I assume is yet another way to keep me boxed in. We can try to break them anyways. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years. Or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. You could always draw me. If you're sure you're okay with sitting for a portrait, I'd love to draw you. There's a quality to drawing that's almost like catching memories, as sappy as that probably sounds. But this can be a sort of snapshot of the night of my life turned around. It's definitely a memory worth holding on to. I'll get you a chair. He excitedly hurries across the room, pulling up a couple chairs. You can see the difference in his energy now that he hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's more talkative, less slouched, his long limbs no longer perpetually tucked in at his sides. May I touch your face? Sure. You blush. He places a gentle hand on your jaw, tilting your head slightly to the side. His fingertips are warm on your cheek, the sensation of their light touch lingering on your skin as he pulls away. Perfect. He pauses for a moment, his eyes locking with yours, a palpable tension filling the room. Thanks for doing this. You have no idea how long it's been since I was able to have somebody sit for me. I think it's been since high school, probably. He starts sketching. The scraping of the graphite is quick and controlled, long lines sweeping across the paper. He pauses for a brief moment, glancing away in thought. I wanted to draw you since we met yesterday. You have such striking bone structure. It makes for a truly unique face. I hope I can capture it. He glances up at your every couple seconds, the pencil still moving as he focuses his intense gaze on you. This is so much easier than usual. Sometimes getting the basic form down can feel like pushing through mud, but this is like breathing. It's just flowing out. He continues scratching out your portrait, the sound of pencil on paper louder and bolder as his strokes gain confidence. I just can't believe I let this go on for so long, that I never questioned her, that I so readily accepted the lies that she gave me about my years being numbered and my illness being some bizarre, mysterious genetic thing that no other doctor could solve. I know it's hard to see when you're in the thick of it, but I was just so naive, and who knows what lasting damage she managed to do to me. You realize it isn't confidence that deepens the lines on the paper. It's anger, frustration. You don't have to focus on what could have been. You have a new future ahead of you. Yes, get angry. You have every right to be angry. Hey, dial it back, buddy. Let's get you out of this basement. I think it's stressing you out. It's okay, we'll figure it out. Let's get you a real doctor soon. This was a bad idea. Hey, focus for the moment. The future is the future. The past is the past. Just exist with me here and now. You're scaring me. The pencil snaps. Oh no. I'm sorry. I must be acting strange. I feel strange. Do my nails look longer to you? There's a knock on the window. Irinixis, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if we get out of this house, it won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Why did he call you that thing? You're being weird, man. I don't need you to protect me. I think you're overreacting. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you? He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us here next. The window shatters. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. Run for the stairs, stay where you are. I don't remember which one I did. We aren't safe. We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the dark. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his creations. You dial your cousin's number. What mess have you gotten yourself into now? Clinic emergency scary. Here we go again. Stay put. Don't move a muscle. Don't get sucked into any ghost dimensions or sucked into a mind collapse. Do you hear me? I'll be right there. Your cousin hangs up the phone. You make your way to the doctor. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lured in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster, preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! I'm ducking. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see the dart embedded into Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart from out between his ribs, heaving heavily. Heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you bitch. No. How did you? As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Reese's panic pulls in a mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. You rush out of the main entryway, taking cover in the first room you see. A few seconds pass. Things are quiet. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You! Irinixis! I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here. But you can help both of us. What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was 5. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone says raising a teen is going to be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. Now listen to me. You're in a medical storage room, right? I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good. You didn't hear this. Irinixis, you don't have to do anything, she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement. Or maybe someplace even worse. And keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. say nothing. It's okay, Irinixis. Just get to the cabinet and I can get all of this sorted out. You don't have to do what she says. She's told me what to do for long as I have been alive. And look where that landed me. Half dead, holed up in a basement. And she'd put me right back if she had her way. Hell, if she had no trouble doing this to her own son, who else might she be treating without your knowledge? So just stay right here while I do what needs to be done. There won't be a speck of blood on your hands. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. Oh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? You see, for the briefest instance, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow, then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes. I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe and tell them. Average Monday for you and Tabby to the rescue. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick! Grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. You make your way out of the medicinal storage room, back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint, sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long! You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. You don't walk me to the door after my exam earlier. You must have known I might have gone looking for something. Why didn't you make me leave? Let's talk, Reese. What's the game plan, both short and long term, while we're at it? Any other secrets you're keeping? What is this room? Old x-ray room. Lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. Let's talk, Reese. Yeah, I bet you'd have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder, had him checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple inches and a facial abnormality. It's enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off or maybe a hallucination, but the second time it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidences like this, maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. Why did you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of clopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it, and I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Who approached you, and what did they say? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it. I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was. And that's all I have to say about that. The game doesn't let us know. What is he? At first, I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, He doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone, I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like a sleep paralysis episode. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet. They were just dreams. But then all of a sudden my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change. Sometimes for the worst. This is a part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world is going to go around... Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wanted to murder me, so that's clue number 1. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then, we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine if he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a billion teeth, and rips someone apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, don't preach to me. Is he a sweet kid most of the time? Absolutely. And Ted Bundy was sweet to the people he picked up off of the side of the road. Didn't mean he didn't go ahead and slaughter them anyways. I know what my son is capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. You didn't walk me to the door. What is the game plan, both short and long? What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And if you can't, doesn't really change much whether he's a willing captive or an unwilling captive. It doesn't matter. He's either under my constant surveillance or he's dead. That's just how this has to go. While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all this shit out loud. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. The sound of distant, breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit. This might be game time. Get those tranks ready. We have to get this door open before he crosses the hallway. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out in the hallway. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. But you didn't take the tranquilizers, did you? Come on, what's the holdup? Shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown to the wall. Shotgun in hand. Your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it! Let me sedate him! We can deal with this non-lethally! Are you insane? That thing was trying to kill you! You say nothing, leaving the decision to the woman with the gun. You two, help me drag this thing outside. We're burning it. The three of you stand around Reese's mangled, still twitching body. You can see the way he's trying to stitch himself back together, the tendrils of flesh meeting and joining, the clicks and pops of bones snapping back together, and the wet, horrific sounds of meat resealing along ruined edges. Your cousin pours gasoline over his body. Then she lights a match. He screams as he erupts into flames. It's inhuman. The ruins of his face incapable of making any recognizable sounds beyond a guttural wail. It seems to last forever, and then it stops. In its absence, there is only the roaring of flames and the sobbing of his mother, staring down at the writhing, burning body of what was once her son. I always knew there was something off about that kid. He had a weird smell. Tears start to swell down your cheeks as the finality of it all hits you. You all did what you had to do, but that doesn't make this hurt any less. No one says a word. The three of you standing in silent agreement, only the crackling of Reese's corpse filling the quiet of the empty clearing. I'm sorry, Joan. An acrid smell hangs in the air, the stink of burning flesh stinging your nostrils. But he's gone. There's only a charred pile of ashen bones where his writhing body once lay. Nothing moves. Nothing tries to mend itself. There is nothing left to be mended. I'm going to bed. Not a word of this to anyone, or there'll be hell to pay. You don't have to tell me twice. Dr. Kelly starts back down the hill towards the clinic, leaving the two of you next to the smoldering ash. Park down the hill. Let's get out of here. I need a shower. My hair smells like burning corpse. The two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill where Tabitha's car is parked. Among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential street, she places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried calling her a couple of times, but I keep getting her weird, stupid voicemail. Yeah. The two of you are interrupted by the jingling of dog tags. Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Irinixis! Tabitha, please! You must come at once! I'm afraid my Stella is in dire emotional distress. She's been sitting one spot all day long, and I fear we're nearly out of supplies. Please, come talk some sense into that girl before I miss my dinner 2 nights in a row. A dignified lady of age, such as myself, cannot survive on treats and camping food alone. Oh my God, Stella's alive. Take me to her. How would you know just from looking at her dog? It's just a vibe. Didn't you know I could talk to animals and animals could talk to me? No time, words. We go now. Run after Gretchen. Follow Gretchen. You start towards the tree line, disappearing into the underbrush. Wait for me! Tabitha sprints after you. Gretchen nervously runs ahead of you. Tabitha looking back to make sure you're still there as she leads you into the dark woods. We're almost there, I promise. Before long, the trees thin and you find yourselves on a steep hill by the 2-lane road, lined on one side by sheer rock. There, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. Great, she's alive. Let's go. I'm gonna go talk to her. You take a step forward, gravel crunching under your feet as you walk along the edge of the road. Tabitha hangs back, crouching in the bushes, trying to stay unseen. You sit on the log beside Stella. Irinixis. That ghost really did a number on you. Do I look that bad? I thought I was kind of distinguished. You look extremely distinguished. I was just surprised as all. What is this place, Stella? Why are you here? Stella faces you for a moment, desperate eyes trying to force out words a part of her thought she would never have to say out loud. And then she turns back to the road. This is where the accident happened. My parents died on this bend in the road. They were taking me to college. I was lying in the back seat. It had just rained and the sun was finally coming out. Yep. Sorry, I know that's probably a bummer to talk about. It was awful. Really messed me up for a while. I think it's still messed up. There's whole years of my life after the accident that feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. At least it hasn't been like that for a while, thank God. I've never talked about this stuff before with anyone. You reach out to her, taking her hand. It's warm against the cool night air, and the skin of her knuckles is soft. She finally tears her gaze from the road, her sad eyes meeting yours. But the hint of a smile creeps up the corner of her mouth, her dimples beginning to crease. Her hand shifts, her calloused palm fitting into yours, her grip tightening. It's strong and comforting. You can tell she feels held, and so do you. The two of you stare out at the road. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know whether I ever could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. And last night happened. And I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again or seeing them all messed up and dead, I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Just because they weren't here, it doesn't mean they don't love you, wherever they are. That's a nice thought. I've thought a lot about what might come after. Whether they're somewhere else, or if they just stopped existing. I guess we've seen at least some evidence of the afterlife. I hope that means there's a good version too, where they're still on that long car ride, listening to Dad's tapes, with a place in the backseat for me when I eventually catch up to them. And then it won't matter that I never got to say goodbye. could always say goodbye now. Stella sits in silence for a long moment, her breath slow and even. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response, but it never comes. But she smiles, a livelier glimmer returning to her sad eyes. That kind of felt better. I didn't think I realized how much I'd kind of trapped myself in my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it. She straightens up, stretching her neck. Gretchen hops down from her lap, to tags jingling in the quiet night air. I know that stretch. That's the time to go home stretch. Thank the Lord I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you, Irinixis, for talking sense into this girl. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. You keep the events that transpired at the clinic to yourself, at least for now. I don't suppose I could ask you to walk me home? I'd love nothing more. Pets are for the traumatized. Got it. The whole town is traumatized. And that's why she wouldn't get into the cars, because that's where her parents died. Yep. You offer her your arm. She smiles, slipping hers into the crook of your elbow. She pulls you closer until the skin of your forearm brushes against her side. It's about time. It's about time. Let's not waste another second sitting out in the middle of nowhere. And this is me. Do you want to come in? Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and will lock you out of romantic arcs for other characters. So all of the flirting I did before is completely acceptable. This is where it's finally choosing her as the romantic option for this round. I was hoping you'd ask. I'd love to. Yeah, I feel the same. Yes, please. Follow her inside. I was hoping you'd ask. I'd love to. Alright, locked in. Boom. This is our first romance route. Stella ushers you inside, a barely contained grin threatening to split into an excited smile. Let me just go take a quick shower. I've been sitting outside for a day. I need soap. I'll just take a minute, then we can get cozy. Oh man, I would kill for a shower, Stella laughs. Yeah, I'm sure you've built up quite a lot of grime today. It's all yours when I'm done. She hurries off, leaving you and Gretchen in the living room. Finally, I've been reunited with my bed. Gretchen hops onto the massive pillow that serves as her dog bed, curling up and sighing a heavy dog sigh of relief. I can catch up on my beauty sleep. But before she has the chance to fall asleep, a heavy knock startles her and you. Gretchen growls. There's someone at the door. It's that horrible man who smells like rotting meat. Stella! Oh, man. You say nothing, waiting for the moment to pass. Open the door, please, Irinixis. No! Alright, playing games, I see. Fine. You can have your fun tonight, but you should consider returning to the estate tomorrow. Tabitha won't be around. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her around to stop you. You might be surprised at what you find. Gretchen's growls will escalate into barks. Intruder! Monster! Who's Stella? Come quickly! This disgusting smelling man trying to threaten us. Calm down, Gretchen. Were you just talking to somebody or an Irinixis? Wayne stopped by. He's still following you? Are you sure we're safe? I hope so. Let's lock the doors and hope for the best. I guess we'll have to hope Gretchen is good enough a guard dog to keep us safe. I'll tear out the throat of anyone who dares break in to hurt my precious Stella. If they've been down to begin fighting height. That's it! But I can always tear at their ankles until they have no choice. Gretchen snarls, yapping fiercely. That's right, Gretchen. You're the most vicious little geriatric pug there is. Really, your creepy stalker is all the more reason for us to share a bed tonight. If either one of us gets scared, the other will be right there for comfort. Plus, it'd give us advantage if he tries to sneak in. Speaking of, I'd had a long day. I'm about to pass out. Let's go collapse. Oh, right, but you said you wanted to shower. Sorry, head's a little fuzzy from staying up for the past day. There's fresh towels in the bathroom, and I've got some extra bathrobes. I can put your clothes through the wash so they'll be extra clean and fresh in the morning. It somehow feels like the longest and shortest shower you've ever taken. Too tired to think. Too tired to process the flow of time. Stella sits outside the bathroom door and makes quiet and comfortable small talk with you, and then you're done. You dry off and step into one of her extra robes. So, are you coming in? Follow her. You walk by Stella and into her bedroom. She gently closes the door behind you. Sorry, I didn't clean up beforehand. You can think of it as getting the authentic Stella experience. She slips past you and lies on the bed, dressed in an oversized t-shirt. You're quick to follow. She's warm and still slightly damp from the shower, her skin fresh and flowery. She turns to look at you, smiling, dimples creasing at the edges of her mouth. You could kiss me if you wanted to. I'll kiss her. You shift closer to her and close your eyes. The magnetic pull of anticipation rolls down your spine and across your skin, and for a moment that seems to last forever. You take in every detail of the world around you. The forest scent of her eucalyptus shampoo and beneath it, the slightest hint of her campfire, the comfort heat of soft but calloused hands against your cheek, the thunder of your hearts beating ever more quickly in unison. The tension rises and rises, a tone seemingly without peak, and then it breaks, and her lips touch yours. They're fresh and minty and soft, cool against yours, and guided by the gentleness of someone looking to hold on to the memory of tonight for a long, long time. And then she pulls you closer, tighter, and the two of you lose yourselves in each other. Eventually, the two of you break away and open your eyes, gazing at each other from the opposite ends of the pillow. You drift off together, limbs intertwined, exhausted and safe and comforted. Tomorrow may bring some new horror, or it might not, but whatever happens, you'll face it together. This is the end of Chapter 4. Episode 5 will release later this year. Follow us on social media to stay up to date with the rest of the Scarlet Hollow's development. Alright, that is where that ends. We did it. So we are now caught up. I am very sad that Reese was killed, but it's probably for the best. And the next round will be Reese romance, so it'll be okay. I'll make up for killing him. Reese can be crazy, but I want to romance the monster, okay? Tabby probably just went home. She was hiding in the bushes, so whenever we started walking off, she probably just went home. Congratulations for finishing all of the episodes currently available in the game. You have unlocked Hardcore Mode. Hardcore Mode allows you to select 3 traits at a character's creation, but you'll no longer be able to use your traits to avoid the consequences of major decisions. This penalty only applies to hardcore runs. Have fun if you dare. I don't know what that means. I don't think I've used my traits to avoid the consequences of major decisions. If you'd like to continue with this world state in episode 5, please save your game now. Cool! Alright, that is where we will end for today. And when season Kiss the Monster, I will be kissing the monster. It's gonna happen. That is my next run, is Reese romance. Yes, so when chapter 5 comes out, we will continue with Irinixis. I don't know when, but we will. Yeah, I may make, while we're waiting for chapter 5, I may make a new person and play through with the intention of setting up the monster romance with Reese, and then just have 2 different games, so whenever the final part of the game comes out, we have 2 different characters to play through, because I think that could be fun. We'll call her like Monstra or something, so we know she's the monster lover. But we are not doing it tonight. Tonight we are done. We are at our current breaking point. Next time we play, I think we'll create, I'm probably going to name her Monstra. We'll create Monstra, and we'll do our Reese romance. And then I also believe Wayne is a romanceable character as well, or at least I can do more with him. So I'm probably going to make a 3rd person just to see what goes on with Wayne. So that'll be what I try to do while we wait for Chapter 5 to come out. All right. Thank you for watching. It was very much fun. I'm glad you enjoyed this game with me.